you. He's back again, y'all. He's back again, y'all. Reviewing TV like it's going out of fashion. Wow. Rating TV shows out of 5 Rice Krispies, yeah. Baby girl.
Sit down now. Hey, hey, hey.
Morning.
Morning. How are you?
Feel a bit under the weather again.
Oh no. I was just thinking how fucking weird this is.
Really?
Well, I was just staring at myself in the Zoom. Just going, fucking hell, so weird. Every morning.
Well, I had a thing this morning where I thought, I've just done a couple of jingles to send her down. I was like, do you know what a lovely job? Sat in the warm.
I'm very appreciative. It's just, I think I was going, how have we got here?
That's what I thought. I was like, God, I was mowing a long drive about 10 years ago. It took me about 5 hours.
It just made it sound like that was like it was an endless drive.
It was an endless drive. It was a good day. I'd spent a day on it. So many trees to string round.
Did you ever do a paper round?
Once, and I fucked that up.
Well, it takes some doing.
I dropped them all in a puddle. Can I tell you something?
Yeah, okay.
I had an argument with someone this morning, like a proper full-on. I thought I'm having a row.
Oh, God, how embarrassing.
Yeah, I haven't had this for... I just don't know. Last time didn't come out of nowhere. I know exactly why. I want to tell you the details, but I don't want it to get back to...
Was it someone you didn't know?
Yeah.
I can't imagine you doing that.
I tell you why I did it, because they spoke to Naomi like shit about 6 months ago, and it's been brewing.
How do you know? But you don't know them.
She accidentally... Can we honk bits out?
Yeah. Honk relevant stuff, James. Get the honk button out.
Right, honk this out.
Yeah.
She drove in and accidentally clipped. And instead of going, that's all right, love, where he was like, he spoke to her like shit.
Oh, so it's the person working it. Oh, I get it. Right. Okay. So it's not like, because my brain was like, what are the chances of bumping into someone that, gotcha.
Yeah. It's mad when it kicks off a row. So
it's unsettling, isn't it?
Yeah, I was like, well, where's this going to end?
Yeah.
And also I'm out of control.
I like out of control, David.
Well,
sexy.
I immediately thought this is good for the pod.
I hate myself when I do that. I might tell David that and then I forget.
Yeah, and I've been thinking, I don't want people to judge me. This is
what they do every day.
Yeah, well, I'll stick out for my wife. Anyway,
that's a great out as well.
It's true.
I know, but you get away murdering.
So she told me about the way he was, and I went in.
That would make your blood boil, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I went in. I've been in a couple of times, and he hasn't been helpful. He's been. I really want to give you the details, but I just can't. He hasn't been.
Just do some honking, Jose.
He's. And if you're from around, anyway, and he just hasn't been helpful. And I've gone, oh right, he's one of those blokes.
Yeah,
this is his business. He's fucked off with his life.
Is it his?
Yeah.
Okay. It's his honk.
So I drove in this morning. Naomi said, "This didn't help matters. Just as we were leaving." Why didn't you tell me 10 minutes ago? We're already rushing. So that didn't help.
Yeah. It's her fault.
I feel like everything's got to be honked because I don't want people going searching for local.
James is a lovely. He's got a lovely light touch with the honks. He knows when to honk and when not to honk. Trust James honking.
So, boy's in the back of the car. And there's a woman in front of me and she needs something signed. And Right, looking back now, I am going, fucking hell, we're going to be late here. It's not her fault. It's not. And I was like, oh, there he is.
Who is going to get
No, I didn't think at any point of it. Right. Remember, he slagged off had a go at my wife, and he's treated me sort of unpleasantly, just subtly, a couple of times. So that's the backstory. I move up to the till. I've bought. I'll get him a Frutella. He'd never Frutella before, so to make me sound good in the story again.
So I didn't have to, but I bought a Frutella.
So I put the bag of Frutellas down.
There's more than one Frutella, so both had a Frutella.
They both had a Frutella.
Lovely.
And he said, like that. And I went.
Yeah, this is sexy. This is proper sexy. Fucking hell, I'm loving this. Behave yourself. Have a fucking look. You tosser. This is all coming your way. You got some front in you. You're talking to David bleeding early.
Steady, Joe. Steady, Joe.
I like hard me, who doesn't exist.
Yeah. So that was probably uncalled for, but that's been weeks.
Yeah, but he's doing it to you. Do it to him.
Yeah. Well, I honestly thought in that moment, fuck's sake. Even that.
Yeah, he's a prick. This guy's a prick, yeah.
Fucking hell.
So you're both pricks at this point.
A couple of pricks. Friday morning.
Couple of pricks engaging in the morning.
No, I'm not having it. It's not fair.
Right, yeah.
I know why he spoke to my wife like that. It's because a woman honk that out.
But don't you dare. Don't you dare. Bob and my wife had been drinking.
To be fair, I think I would have had a popper.
Yeah. Love!
Anyway, so I say that.
I cannot believe you said that. Fucking
Yeah, I know. What a cunt.
Don't believe that bit, James.
No. So what did he say? You put your, it says, paraphrase, it was along the lines of, you put your pack of sweets on my counter and I don't know if that's all you want to pay for. So that was...
Sort of a point.
Yeah, it's quite a good point, actually.
Yeah. I'm trying to work out when you become in the right.
If you saw him, fucking hell. Oh, if you saw him, you'd go, oh, him. Yeah, I get it. Honestly, he's like that behind the... No, what?
We've got a live one.
Anyway, well, you put yours in there. I didn't know if... So, fuck, where did it go from there?
Joe we need to recap for Joe because we are not coming off this.
Oh,
hi, Joe.
Morning. How you doing?
You've
all right?
come
Morning,
in.
Joe.
Right, okay, little recap. We are having a wonderful start to the pod. David has got himself into a little bit of a Barney this morning.
Oh, really?
Like full on, like, fucking hell, this is kicking off.
Okay, so to quickly recap.
So that's been brewing.
That's been brewing. David went in this morning. He gave David a little...
No. There's been a couple of times I've gone in there.
Well, I didn't know that bit.
He hasn't been helpful. I've asked for change. We can't give you change.
Sorry, how are you, Joe?
so he works in there. Right?
Yeah, that's...
Oh, he owns the place.
Yeah.
David went in this morning. He gave David a bit of attitude to some...
No, I've got to tell Joe, like, if he wants to be part of this story, he's got to hear it.
Well, he hasn't had a choice, has he? He's just been flung into the middle of it.
Morning, Joe.
Morning.
Yeah.
I'm recapping. So
I go in there.
Yeah, go on.
Like, this bloke spoke to my wife like crap about 6 months ago, and
David keeps saying that
when
to make himself sound better in the story.
Yeah.
It's true.
At the moment, I'm completely on the other chap's side. No, I'm not.
Are you?
No. Because I know.
I spoke to Naomi. She loved it.
Did
I was
she?
like a little prince. Yeah.
Oh, God, Petra hates it when I lose my rag.
I think she was a bit. Well, when I walked in, she went twat. So I don't know if she's got that much respect for me, but
Yeah, no, she hasn't.
actually, no. There's a reason she said twat. That comes later because I called him a twat.
All right, don't jump ahead. I'm finding this exciting.
So I go in there. I've got it brewing. Although I didn't think I was going to. I was just thought, I've got to deal with him.
He's alive.
arsehole.
He's alive.
Yeah.
While this David O.
So I go up to the till, and I bought my boys like a packet of Frutellas. I put them down.
He's a good dad.
I'm a good dad. They don't need it.
And I think I just donated to charity that morning. Anyway. Quite a sizable chunk of money, isn't he? Anyway.
So he goes, and I go.
It's like a Western, isn't it? Oh, it's all brewing now.
Oh, can we have some Sergio Leone music? So he said, well, I didn't know.
You're painting him like a ghoul as well. Which
well, I didn't know if you just wanted to pay for your packet of sweets. So it's like that. He was like stepchild son, he's like that.
Yeah.
So I said, look, I've got to pick lines from what I remember. I don't know, like the...
Favourably to maybe to yourself.
No, I'm trying to think. But I said something like...
Okay. Are you embarrassed?
He said, yeah, I'm embarrassed. I'm sticking up for my wife here.
Oh, yeah, forgot about that. Keep reminding us.
So I said, this is one of the reasons we don't come into your...
Zing, zing, zing.
No, that's it. I said, you spoke to my wife like crap a few weeks ago. And that's one of the reasons we don't come into your...
Like he gives a fuck.
Well, I'm fed up with rude people. That's what he said. Oh, I'm not telling you the last thing I said is horrible.
You have to.
No, I can't. This is like sharing happy girl.
Come on, tell us how you let yourself down.
No, this is horrible.
We are not moving on, are
I
we,
looked
Jake?
to my right, and down there's some people sort of just at the...
Oh, God, hearing it.
Yeah. You're getting a little name for yourself, mate.
That's what you said. You sound like a proper curtain twitcher. Like a proper bloke on the cul-de-sac. He's fucking hard work at number 15, I tell you.
And then I just turned around to twat. And as I walked out, I thought, fuck, this is one of those situations where he could come out round the counter. It felt like it got to that point. Twat. Yeah.
What time was this?
8:25.
All before 9 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, it's early to be kicking off, isn't it?
We've all had a drink. No, we haven't.
We've all had a cup of tea. We've all had a Tetley's.
We've all had porridge.
We've all had a bowl of porridge with some lovely seeds and toppings. Oh, fuck. Do you know what? I'm proud of myself. I don't think my lines were, particularly good, but I stuck up for my wife. I said to her,
Seventh
we
time
can't go in
David
there
has
again.
said, I stuck up for my wife.
Oh, how are you, Joe?
Yeah, all right, yeah. Yeah.
When was the last time you kicked off, Joe?
I can't remember really.
It's a healthy
I sort of I tend to try and avoid it really.
Yeah, that's where you differ from David.
Yeah, I do generally do that thing that David does on the way out, saying something like as you walk off.
Twat. All right, mate. You've made your point.
Yeah.
All right, mate. Anyway.
I told you about the little fat man who I was outside the house and I was reversing to the into space. I went past the space, and you reverse back into it. And a car pulled right up behind me, so I couldn't pull in. So I was turning around going, like I was genuine. I wasn't kicking. I was just going, I don't get.
No, you don't kick off, do you, Joe? No, you're totally cool. No, I wasn't kicking off. I was just giving him a look. Yeah,
I was protecting my wife, if anything. She wasn't in the car, but I was doing it for her.
Yeah.
And so I was probably going a bit. What are you doing?
Yeah.
And he just didn't move, so I had to eventually move forward, and so he could get past. And as he pulled up alongside me, he was tiny and about 65. He just went, stuck his little finger up at me for ages. And
When was this?
I don't know, a couple of months ago.
Oh, right, so he knows you're the cats guy.
I don't know if he took all that in that moment, to be honest. He was too busy sticking his middle finger up at me.
What did you do?
I laughed my head off. I was so shocked. Because I thought, because in that moment...
Yeah, you don't laugh at that, though. You're raging inside.
Well,
you don't just find that funny.
I thought he was going to kick off, because the way he was breaking, because he sort of drove around me really quickly. Like, I thought, oh, God, here we go. And when he did that, I was obviously like a slight sense of relief that he was just like a mad little man when he had his finger up at me, but...
Well, I had a similar one. It was a few years ago where a bloke, I was driving to the Blackwall Tunnel.
I love the bloke.
And on the way in, I'd pulled in front of this bloke, and there was plenty of room, and it had obviously really annoyed him.
Oh.
And I had no clue. And then when I got to the other side of the tunnel, he pulled up next to me and was like shouting, like going absolutely mental at me out of his. And he leant out and he smacked my wing mirror.
No.
Like he was so fuming, and I just laughed at him, which I think really didn't help. But because I was just so like, what?
Yeah.
When they catch you sort of unaware, it's like, what?
Yeah, and I just laughed at him, which made him even more angry. And then he had to pull off to go off towards Essex, unsurprisingly. So that was the end of that.
Lovely little tie off.
Oh dear.
So
God.
TV news.
How are you? How are you, Joe?
Yeah, not too bad. It's been a bit of a sort of depressing morning because you've probably seen. Well, we've just
Palace.
sacked Vieira. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And
Well, you hadn't won for one
for 12.
Yeah, but the thing is, I'm in two minds about it, right? Because we've had an appalling run of fixtures. In that run of fixtures, I think I'm not sure we've played anyone that's been below us in the table, apart from Bournemouth, which we won. So we've played United twice, we've played Brighton twice, we've played Newcastle, Liverpool, Chelsea, Tottenham, Brentford. Yeah, whoever. Like they've all been teams that like getting a point out of them have been right. We've got a point off of Newcastle, Liverpool.
Still,
only lost 1-0 to City the other day.
You got to pick up more points than you were.
Yeah, but the problem is really as well because I've been going to all the home games and it has been pretty shit. Like he kept on picking the same team even though it wasn't working. And like I think you probably saw we had first time ever in the Premiership or something. We went 3 games without a shot on target. Ooh. So it has been bleak, but it sort of seems like a weird time to do it as well. Like, and
you got a draw against United, didn't you?
Yeah. So unless they've got something lined up, it just seems like a bizarre time to do it, really. Because after we play Arsenal on Sunday, then the rest of the fixtures are all against teams that are shit.
So some manager's going to come in and look like super duper.
Either that or they're going to manage to fuck that up as well, and then we're really in the shit. But yeah, it's a difficult one because also we're in this. It's great being in the Premiership and everything, but we're very much just like finish 12th or whatever every year, and it just sort of you trundle along.
There is a point where you want to go down, so you got the thrill of potentially being involved.
That's interesting. You're saying this. That's interesting. Because
Well,
I'm experiencing mid-table, and it's so fucking boring.
Yeah.
Yeah, but at least you've got the thrill of like it's your first year in that league. Do you know what I mean? I mean, we've been up for 10 years, I think, and it's
But do you not have you not take for granted you're very used to watching De Bruyne now play in front of you, or?
Well, that's one of the good elements of it, really, is that you get, I went to that City game and you see Haaland and stuff.
But you can't really enjoy it. It's not because you're not a neutral. You're just going, oh, look, there's De Bruyne taking the piss.
Yeah. One thing you'll have enjoyed, actually, David, is Grealish was playing and his calves are as big as everyone says they are. It's remarkable. He was right in front of me and I thought David would like that.
Do they look out of place? On the rest
They're
of
like that, aren't they? It's like
because he's not particularly big at the. Like when you look at Traore or someone, you go, he's got big old legs, but he's got big old shoulders. But like Grealish hasn't got big old shoulders.
Well, Traore is also a ridiculous-looking man. I saw him earlier in the season. It was the first time I'd seen him in the flesh. He's just spend less time in the gym.
Well,
you look ridiculous.
Oh, what, the Wolves bloke?
Yeah.
Oh, just.
Like greases himself up.
He's so big, he's good fun.
People.
He's that, he's so big, it's good fun seeing him. He's fucking massive.
He went on loan to Barcelona last season as well, and now he's just back at Wolves. Yeah, must be a very strange.
There's loads of players like that where you go, oh God, you just went over there, it didn't really happen, so you got to come back and go.
Yeah.
He wasn't
Joe, I asked Joe this. In fact, I've asked 3 people this, and they've all got it right. But I interviewed a loanee in Newcastle.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, oh, right. Like, literally everyone I've asked gone, Anyway, I interviewed a loanee from Newcastle, and I said, who's the player at Newcastle who you think is, like, the best when you train with them? Who do you think he said? Basically, this person does something every training session that makes them go, oh, my God.
I'm trying to remember who they've got now. I mean, a couple of years ago, I'd have said Sam Maximum, but they've probably got better people now, haven't they? Guimaraes?
Trippier.
Yeah.
Trippier. Just made me go, right, my thought was, he's a right back. Right back is a shit position.
But he does a lot, he takes a lot of the set pieces. God, is this really football heavy? What? No, I was just thinking about how nothing, go on.
What? You think about the audience?
I was, yeah. And then I went, don't do that.
Well, they didn't have any punditry from Match of the Day last week. So
did you watch it?
It'll make up for it. No, I didn't bother, no.
Oh, well, one, on the Saturday, I missed it because it was so short.
Oh.
And then I watched it, and again, it's unbearable without commentary.
Yeah.
Football is unbearable. It's sort of like, okay, boring.
Well, because they said they were going to have the world feed commentary, didn't they? And then they didn't bother doing that.
So weird.
So it was, I think somebody said it was like watching the highlights at the end of like a FIFA game.
Yeah, it was.
Where it just sort of runs through the.
You need someone getting you excited about it, I realise.
Yeah.
So, because a ball goes through and you go, and they go, oh, that's so wonderful. You go, yes, it is. But like without it, you go, oh.
Need to be told what's wonderful.
Yeah. Anyway, sorry. Talking about. Sorry.
Joe. TV reviews. Don't want to get bogged down in Trippier.
Yeah. All right. TV news. Oh, I saw yesterday they've announced Junior Taskmaster, which I will not be watching.
What?
But they're going to do a version of Taskmaster with
you're
kids
opening
on
with
it.
something you've got no interest in.
People might want to watch that. I don't know why, but people might want to watch that.
Would that be like CITV or whatever, Children's BBC?
Well, it'll be on 4, I suppose, because 4 have bought it, haven't they?
It's
but it's 9 to 11-year-olds.
Fuck me.
Doing the funniest
Why don't
things.
you, isn't it? The game thrown.
I used to love Why Don't You?
I did, but I don't want to watch it now. I'm nearly 50.
Yeah, but maybe kids will. Anyway, this is a lot of negativity around Junior Taskmaster.
Yeah. Yeah, you can keep it. And the other thing was the gold that you mentioned last time, Joe.
Yeah.
I watched it, very much enjoyed it.
We spoke to Neil yesterday.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
He spoke about
Are they doing another one?
He said when you started talking about the gold, he went, oh! He was really scared.
You have
Really
like a
worried.
weird power. And what did he describe Joe as? Not a natural at giving compliments. Which
Nice. Good to have a selling point, isn't it?
But he genuinely shat himself. He's like, oh no, what does TV
Yeah.
Joe think of my show? Shit.
Oh, I
I
would.
hadn't even watched it at that point.
No.
I enjoyed it though. I thought it was very good.
I loved it, yeah.
But basically they've got on Monday 9 p.m. on BBC One. They've got a documentary on about like the real story behind
yeah.
it, which should be quite
Lovely.
interesting. Because
I'll be all over
I wanted to look up about it afterwards because I sort of didn't really know. I'd heard of it, but I didn't know any of the details. But then because of how they left the series, I was like, well, they're going to do another one. Shall I not read up on it?
Yeah, well, he did say, interestingly, that there's lots of, like, no one really knows much about it. It's, like, famous, but the details aren't. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like, loads of gold was nicked, and that's all everyone knows. And I was like, yeah, it is. So it's kind of, I don't know how much is out there, but yeah.
Well, yeah, because I suppose no one that's involved is going to tell you the truth, are they?
No, and then I nicked this.
Like,
I mean, do we ask you how many Rice Krispies if Neil's listening? He'd go, oh, fucking hell.
oh, what, for the actual series?
Yeah, this is Neil's worst nightmare.
Neil's sat at his desk here.
Oh,
Hello, Neil.
go with the
All those hours you spent.
Yeah, tireless.
Right,
Go with the four and a half.
4.5, did you say?
That's pretty good.
4.5 Rice Krispies.
Yeah.
So I've watched the first one, and Naomi caught up yesterday, so we're going to watch 2 over the weekend. And I really enjoyed it.
I think you've only given 5 to something that involved snooker, I think.
Gods of Snooker might have got a 5.
Yeah, I think
that
he
McCartney
Cockfield's got 4.
3-2-1 thing, and the Beatles as well.
Yeah, so he's in good
Thing,
company.
yeah.
He's around good company.
Oh, and I was bitten as well, lest we
I
forget.
was fucking
Yeah.
bitten.
Yeah.
And you, we mentioned, while I was talking to him, we mentioned that you lost it with the poetry thing. Do you remember when that was a low for you, wasn't it?
It was, yeah. It was a real wake-up call, that. But, I mean, they shouldn't have made it. So,
No.
you know, it's unreasonable.
I don't think you wanted to give it any Krispies.
No, I didn't give it any, no. Got an empty bowl, yeah. I did see something that's in a similar
Oh, great.
thing, but I'm not sure we'll get to that. Anyway, other thing I've been
I love
watching
how
was
professional you are. You know what we're not going to get to.
yeah.
Sorry to interrupt the pod. I hope you're enjoying it. But just wanted to tell you that we have a Patreon page you can join if you're enjoying what we do. And you can get even more of us. God, can you imagine? So as little as £3 a month, you can get early access to podcasts, behind-the-scenes bits and bobs. We post pics and videos of what we're up to. There's even an opportunity to come on the show, if that's what you fancy. There's access to our Discord channel where the serious Chatterbiscuits gather and chat nonsense. It's basically a really lovely community of idiots like us, and I'm guessing probably like you. So if you fancy that, go to patreon.com/Chatterbix. Now, enjoy the rest of the pod.
Patreon, give it to me. Patreon, I need it, girl. Patreon, give it to me, please. Patreon, I need it, girl.
Thing I've been watching, which seems like it might be up your street, is that Parole thing.
Oh, all
Have you
over it,
seen
mate. All over it.
Yeah, I knew you'd like that.
Done
yeah.
all 4. Bosh.
Flipping hell. When? On the bog?
No, that was something I did with my darling wife.
Oh, wow.
Oh, it is
Parole.
romantic, isn't it? Yeah.
She had to go and pick someone up yesterday, and she said, "Oh, should we watch Parole when I get back?" And I went, "Yeah, I'll set it up." And I had it ready.
Should we get all soft?
Yeah, should we go soft?
Should we
Dave?
go soft?
That means put your tracksuit bottoms on, Joe. And we
All right.
and we watched a lovely.
I did that
bit
with
of Parole.
Naomi. I said, should we go soft? She went, can you not say that? Can you not? She doesn't like it.
Well, it's a great phrase, actually, Naomi. It's a shorthand to "should we get comfy?" And have you watched it, Joe? Parole.
Yeah, I've watched the first couple, yeah.
Fuck, it's good, isn't it?
Yeah. It's interesting, isn't it? Because it's it makes you think about what your opinion is on
Yeah. Judgmental,
you
aren't
know,
we?
a lot of stuff. Yeah. But I mean, then I don't want to say anything too bad because no one have been let out. But there's there's certain things, you know, where someone's killed someone and then they're sitting there going, yeah, well, I know the consequences of my actions now. So I know the consequences of my actions. And I haven't had to kill anyone and spend 20 years inside.
There is a, if you gone, we do a thing where you go, okay, before we find out, would you let them out or not? Me and Petra go, or would you? And it's a lovely moment. Little sort of, we give our answer whether we would let them have early release or not. Whilst tucking into some cake.
They should do like a sort of crossover with Gogglebox or something, like Parole board, but just people with no qualifications
choose whether they. Zoe
like
Ball
Caesar's
gets
thumb.
to tell them whether someone who's committed murder gets out after 14 years.
Yeah, but it's interesting as well, like that bloke, the fraudster fella, in the
he
first
was
one.
nutty, wasn't he?
Yeah, and there's like two people involved in that process who I think are being quite fair-handed and are working on their opinion based on the facts. And then there's the other one who basically, before it's even started, is just like does not want to let him out, regardless of anything that is said or done.
Yeah.
You know?
So you're saying people judge others on not on what they've done, but their appearance and how they behave?
Or they read the notes and gone, fucking hell, this bloke's a reoffender, right?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'll be bollocks if I'm letting them out.
Yeah.
Right.
But
It's pretty, it's pretty interesting.
Have you ever done jury service, Joe?
No, I've not, unfortunately.
No, I haven't.
Although I say, unfortunately, everyone that I've spoken to who has done it has said you basically either end up with something incredibly dull or something horrific.
Yeah, I don't.
Those are basically the two things.
I don't want to
get.
do it. There's two types of people. Some people really want to do it. Some people don't. But
Yeah.
I really don't want to do it. But I just think this Parole reminded me of it. Going, you just sort of go. I'm so swayed, like, so because a couple of them they sort of let you kind of like meet the people, and then they tell you crimes. So you're sort of going, he seems all right, let him out. And then they sort of go, and in 1986, you go, well, that's not a good start, is it? It's that long ago. You go, fucking hell. And then they tell you, and you go, oh, and I'm just so swayed by.
Yeah.
I don't know I don't know the best way to do it, like cold hard facts, or I just sort of go, he seems like a bit of a knob.
I mean, even as well, was it 12 people on the jury? You're not going to be able to stand half of them, probably.
No.
Like, and you're basically either going to get some sort of like insurance fraud shit or something, which is basically just 2 weeks of loads of paperwork and boring bollocks, or you're going to get some sort of one of the abuses.
Yeah. Well,
you know,
I know because I nearly had to do it, but I couldn't do it. Anyway, but someone said that then you start hearing people who telling you stories of, oh, my sister, and one of them was they were on they got a massive murder case, and it went on for like months. Like
yeah,
months,
I'd imagine it went for months and months. Yeah.
And I was
So
like,
how much of your time is needed?
That's your job. You stop your life, whatever you're doing.
You get paid?
Yeah, but it's like £70 a day or something.
Oh.
It's insane. Like, not the same money, whatever, but your life stops.
Yeah.
You're 5 days a week, Monday to Friday. Your job is being on the jury. And some people, like you say, they don't even do the 2 weeks because they sort of go, oh, you've got a case, you've got 2 cases. Sometimes you do a case and it ends really quickly. And they go, oh, sort of not really, probably chances if you go on to another case, you'll overrun your 2 weeks. So that's your lot.
Right.
And some people just go, right, you've got this triple murder. And you're just there.
Yeah. And then like week 7, you're like, oh, should we look at exhibit 2?
Yeah.
No.
Oh my
Seen
God.
it.
Look at his head tattoo. Let's just.
Have you seen the Curb thing where he pretends to be racist to get out of jury duty? It's a high risk strategy, but.
So how many Rice Krispies would you give?
Oh,
Having watched 2, I'd say 3.5. It's good.
No.
It's interesting.
I'd say, Joe,
What are you saying?
I'd go a little higher, personally. See.
You go for the full 4, would you?
So 3.5's made me go, no, I won't bother.
Oh, well, I love it. Have I told you we? Oh, can I say
You
this?
do love all TV.
Yeah, I know. It doesn't mean anything.
Yeah,
It doesn't mean anything.
Yeah, I am the boy.
Whereas I hate all TV. So
I'm the boy who cried, "I love telly." I love it. I'm annoyed. We seem to have gone back to this one a week thing on everything, though. You know, like
What?
like everything's on iPlayer and Netflix. There seems to be a fashion of doing one episode a week now. You know, they used to just do the whole thing. They go, right.
Oh, really?
Yeah, more and more stuff are doing
Is
one
that
a week.
not a good thing?
No, because I'm used to it. Binge watching. I'll tell you what I am watching after our interview with Armando is I'm watching Veep.
oh, it's good, isn't it? Yeah.
Oh, it's unbelievably good. It's relentless.
Yeah.
When do you watch that?
When do I watch
I
that?
sort of don't care what you're watching. I want to know where you're watching it.
That is very much squeezed. I'm not watching that with Petra.
That feels like a squeezer.
That is a squeeze.
Like 2 minutes at a time.
Yeah, generally what happens is I put it on and Petra will be sort of pottering because she's obviously pottering and stuff, and I'll get a good 8 or 9 minutes in, and then she'll go,
Practicing
"Ooh."
her mime act.
And then she'll go, "Oh, we need to get some stuff to the tip," and then I'll down tools and take stuff to the tip or whatever. But it's a squeeze.
Are you sat on the sofa when you're watching it? Are you?
That sofa, but it's also on my iPad if I'm travelling somewhere.
To the co-op and back.
Yeah, walking down the road, knocking into people. Sorry, I'm just on episode 8, season 4 of Veep. There are definitely. Well, I'm now so attuned that I know when things are going to be a squeezer, when things are not worth.
Yeah, well, I know as well. I know which show will be a squeezer and which won't.
Which will be a sharer, a squeezer or a share. That's a good game show. Is this show?
Do you know what someone said recently? Bring back our Telly Addicts game.
Oh, I forgot about that. Oh,
So I had an idea that we have people from Patreon come on
and play me,
and play Joe at a TV quiz game. So Joe's like the all-seeing eye.
The trouble
TV
is
programs.
I watch a lot of telly. I don't retain information.
No, I think you'd win.
I don't think I would. Joe, would you be ringmaster?
I can, I can look up another episode for next time or whatever to get the questions.
Yeah,
there's not many. The problem is
they're all from 86, aren't they?
But I've looked into this before as well. There's not many that work without visual. Do you know what I mean? Or there's too much other shit. So Telly Addicts works all right. Even then, you got the problem that there's some pictures, but there's loads of stuff that you can't really do on this format. Could do the chase, I suppose.
But the trouble
Get
is,
Bradley Walsh on. He could do a live chase episode.
Yeah,
good. I think it's sort of. I quite enjoy doing stuff and knowing it doesn't sort of work for the audience. I still quite like doing it.
yeah. It's for me.
It is because it's fun. And you go, if you just do it thinking that won't quite work on the pod, then don't do anything.
No.
Good
point. Yeah.
Yeah. Anything else, Joe, that you've
I watched. I'm not sure. I don't know if anyone's going to have any interest in this, but I enjoyed it. Basically, I found a couple of weeks ago they had some sort of evening on BBC 4. There's basically 2 Oscar Peterson things on iPlayer, which are very good. Oscar Peterson's a jazz piano player, very good one from back in the day. One of them is a program called Words and Music, which was a show he had in, I think, 1980. And there's only one episode. I think it was a series. But basically, he's there with his trio. They play a bit. Then Ella Fitzgerald comes out. She does some tunes with her. They chat a bit. They do some more. That's it. It's 45 minutes.
Simple.
And there's another thing called In Concert, which is him playing at Ronnie Scott's in 74 with his trio. And they're both very, very good.
What's this, just 2 episodes?
Yeah, it's just two things. So In Concert, Oscar Peterson, and what's the other thing called? Oscar Peterson, Words and Music. But I very much enjoyed them. Might not be for everyone.
I love how highbrow that is.
Okay, so maybe this shouldn't be Rice Krispies. What should this be? This should be just a bonus. I don't know, a bonus Follies Rusk.
Yeah, basically, If you fancy a bonus music rusk,
is there a music rusk? Is that a thing? Like a flute-shaped rusk?
But it's like I watched it yesterday. It was a very pleasant afternoon, just an hour of jazz in the middle
This is
of the
why you
afternoon.
come on. This is why you're on here, Jay. I like a
Yeah.
few little curveballs. You don't you dare lose confidence.
Anything you've seen that you loathe?
Well, I tried to watch some of that thing, The Piano. Have you seen about that?
Oh, I thought.
I saw someone put on Twitter, "Oh my god, it's amazing! I'm crying." And
Yeah, it's fucking dog shit.
So you're not sure about it? Yeah, half and half.
It's not amazing.
What is the concept
It's the
exactly?
worst. Oh, so you know those fucking pianos they have in train stations?
Yeah,
They got
yeah.
one in Brighton, haven't they? And
Oh,
they
of course,
got
yeah.
them
what are you on
in,
about? Of course they have.
yeah.
No
they-
one ever plays it, actually, which is a result.
Well, they play them in St Pancras.
I've seen
and,
that one
yeah.
being played, yeah.
Yeah,
How's that make you feel, Joe?
Me?
I was talking to a mate about it yesterday. Who said whoever came up with that idea should be put in prison. I can't help but agree with them.
It's a classic. It's my turn now, isn't it? Really?
Exactly, yeah. It's showing off, and it's usually people that aren't good enough to be showing off as well. Because
Well,
the people that are actually genuinely good wouldn't do it. Like, I've been walking through there with a mate of mine who is an incredible pianist. He wouldn't go anywhere fucking near him.
Yeah, doesn't need to.
Do you know the one that annoys me is when someone famous starts playing one and knowing full well it'll be an absolute treat for everyone. You know, they're like, can you imagine you're right near me while I play?
Yeah.
It is basically people sitting down going, I know the A chord. Watch this.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing with this. So basically, this is the setup. Is they've like lied to people. They've not told them what the point of the program is. They've basically said that they're making some program where they want to feature people playing these things or whatever. So a selection of different people, and then in some secret room, they've got two judges. Now, one of them is Lang Lang, who's this Chinese bloke who's like an incredible concert pianist. Don't know how they've got him. And the other guy is pop star Mika.
Who's that?
Mika. I thought you'd be all over Mika, Joe.
Who
You feel
did
like
that?
a Mika dude.
Yeah, I don't feel that's a compliment.
He did that awful Grace Kelly tune a few years ago, like falsetto nonsense. Anyway, so it's those two. And whoever it is, they're just like, oh, it's incredible. And most of the time, it just isn't. And there's things like, you got a couple of kids, right, who are good for kids. Cool. Like, great. I got no problem with that.
I think I know who the other judge should be.
There's other people that just bang average. And also, it's like, if you want... So it turns out the prize is you get to play in, like, a concert at the festival hall or something, right? If you want to do that, you got to fucking work, man. You can't just turn up at a fucking train station being like, oh, I can play a bit of that. People work for fucking years to do this shit. You know what I mean? It's the same thing I always had with the X Factor. Like, that thing of people turning up being like, I just really want this. I don't know what I'd do. Go back to your job in fucking B&Q. How much do you want it? Have you tried to go out and do your own fucking gigs, bought your own PA and done whatever? Lazy bastards.
I'm loving this.
Yeah, I can't. Yeah, I can't fucking stand that shit.
Rice Krispies, please.
None. Empty bowl.
Sure. Empty. Yeah, you shouldn't say none. You should say empty bowl.
Yeah, empty bowl. The bowl is bereft of Krispies.
Wow, I love your passion, though, Joe. I love your passion.
It just irritates me, man. I'm not interested in people doing stuff badly and then people being like, the worst one is fucking Strictly Come Dancing, right? With that, they've like, people will only watch ballroom dancing if one of the people doing it is shit at it, but they vaguely recognise them off doing the fucking weather or something.
Yeah, Joe's
like,
doing it next series.
Pointless. You must have been asked, have you?
No, I haven't been asked.
Yeah, you have. You have. You told me you have.
Have I?
Yeah.
They usually have a comedian, don't they? Sean Walsh obviously did it, led all that
went well.
shit. Chris Ramsey did it, did he?
Yeah.
I can't imagine going, do you know what? No, me. I'm going to go for it.
What about what Sean said? He goes, fucking, he's got all that shit and then he's got to go out and do a fucking foxtrot. So the whole, it's like, shit, it's embarrassing at the best of times, but the whole world's going,
yeah, everyone thinks you're a cunt.
1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2.
Boo.
Oh, God. It's so dangerous doing those shows.
Well, you become public property, don't you?
Yeah.
Well, exactly, yeah, because you all of a sudden you're a load of people that aren't aware of anything are aware of you because you've been forced on them.
Someone told me that like it's really interesting when you go from like maybe it was Sean, I can't remember, but you realise that like comedy, like probably 8% of the country are interested in comedy or no comedians. They don't, like most people haven't got a clue. And then you go on that and suddenly like 95% of people know who you are, and the level of sort of involvement in your life just goes through the roof. And you go, oh right, no one gives a shit about comedy in a good way. You know, they're like only people that like comedy give a shit. But like when you go on that, it's like just become like super recognised.
It's sort of a hide into nothing as well, surely, in the sense that if you've got like, you know, if you get massively popular off the back of that, you're gonna have to water down whatever you're doing.
Imagine going on tour off the back of that.
Well,
yeah,
like who's gonna come and watch you?
Yeah, like you're gonna have to do absolute dross.
Yeah,
you know.
But can you imagine that's where you're left with though?
I wonder if you care. Like, I mean, I would, but I wonder if some people just don't care it's doing it.
Well, yeah, I think there's got to be an element of that with a lot of that sort of stuff. You got to put integrity to one side, haven't you?
Yeah. Well, look at us.
Yeah.
Especially as I'm going on the piano next week.
I did a Weetabix jingle last week. I was like, or this week. And I was going, Weetabix, Weetabix. Like in this office on my own, hoping Naomi can't hear me. Weetabix, baby, Weetabix. And all I could think of was Robert Smith sat by me just going.
Was he your postman there?
Weetabix on the go, breakfast drink.
I think you're just being true to yourself there, David. I don't think you're doing that for any gain.
Yeah. This is me.
I'm bang in the middle. Thanks for listening, guys. Are you playing it?
Weetabix on the go is a delicious silky smooth.
Jesus, I like that. I heard it when my voice appeared. Weetabix on the go is clean.
Oh no, but I like how your voice is a bit higher when you're being.
Yeah, I know, it's horrible, isn't it?
Oh dear. So, what would you give the piano, Joe? Naught.
Oh, he told us.
It's an empty bowl.
No, it's not nothing. It's an empty bowl.
Oh yeah, empty bowl. Yeah.
Right.
Shit.
Do you know what? Because someone said, "Oh, this is great." I thought, I must watch the piano. And now you've said that. Oh, fuck it.
I didn't know.
Right. I thought you might give it a little sniff.
Nah. I've got Parole
Okay.
at the moment. And Veep. And anything else? Oh, have you started Last
We're
of
doing
Us?
another pod in 10 minutes.
No, I've not yet. It's just finished. Isn't it?
Oh, sorry. Right.
Yeah.
I've got some sort of sore throat again. Oh.
Well, it's because you went out your comfort zone this morning. Probably.
No, I wasn't shouting.
You saw that shouting at that bloke.
Yeah. Well,
God,
let's get him on the pod. Let's hear his view.
He disappears.
Love it. It was just a
I'm
really
on
nice,
now.
gentle man.
Fucking twat. Yeah, I'm getting back on. He's actually quite like him, Mickey. Go back on, son.
It really hits it off with Joe and they do like TV reviews together.
Don't lump me in with him.
We just sounded like your cup of tea.
All right.
Right, I need a wee. Right, thanks, Joe.
Nice.
Nice to see you.
Nice one. I'll see you soon.